What's up everybody, Scratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In this video I want to share with you my best tips on how to maximize your rewards and minimize your costs when we're talking about clan versus clan, right? So you can do a tons of points guys without spending any money in the game. You might want to help your clan to climb on the ladder, win the match. You might want to get to the milestone together with the clan, either if you're not winning the actual fight, but I'm gonna share with you the best tips I have so far regarding this sort of matter. So the first thing guys, looking at the clan versus clan sort of objectives here, we have tons and tons of things to do. Now, I know potion keep objectives, minotaur objectives, they give you a bit of extra fights, limit up to 400, so this honestly is not a big deal. Like 400 points are pretty easy to get. You do 4 arena fights, 5 arena fights depending by the tier where you are, and you're gonna get this point. So as long as it's just the potion keeps, minor keeps, and you don't need to farm them, don't really bother with them, right? So of course the best things and the most busted ones at the moment, how I've told you before, are the books ones, right? Booking, ascending champions, leveling up champions, and things like that are pretty good. But in order for you to be able to get points all around and maximize literally every single profit you can make, and talking about profit, I mean points for your clan, right? So the best thing you can do guys is literally do campaign, right? It costs you energy, of course. You do have to have energy, have gems saved up. It's not a necessity to spend money as long as you have them saved up. If you don't have them saved up, yeah, probably you might want to spend some money on energy depending by your spending habit and stuff like that. Now, why do I farm Brutal over Nightmare? Why is Brutal better than Nightmare? Because Nightmare gives you more stuff basically, right? You double it up, you go to Nightmare, and you're getting a couple of thousands extra XP on a 12-3 or a 12-6 for example, compared to Brutal. Well, I'll tell you in the next way. You see all these rare champions and common champions, those ones right there, they give me tons and tons of points by booking them into each other. And not only that, leveling them up. So while I'm making food, for example, this time around we do have the event right here guys. We have the champion training event. How you guys can see, I'm still behind it because I am doing it now. I waited for the clan versus clan tournament to start. I knew that this was 5 days. I still have 1 day and 18 hours. So I said I'm gonna shoot 2 birds with 1 stone basically. So I saved that on the side. What I'm gonna do is go to campaign, right? And I'll be farming loads and loads of campaign. Of course, 3v3 arena is one of the best options if you don't have books. But if you're in the lower tiers in a 3v3 arena, you don't get that many points. But you're able to farm campaign. So you're getting all those champions from there. In the meantime, you are as well leveling up champions. So how I said, I'm doing Brutal because I have 8 energy per fight rather than 16. So basically I have two chances of getting commons and uncommons champions because I'm doing 2 fights instead of 1 like on Nightmare. And then I am getting like 3000 more silver from doing Brutal than Nightmare. So that means that I have more silver to level up the gear to get more points from there as well, right? So you do the fights here, you're leveling up food, you're getting points from leveling up food as well. So it's not just like I'm gonna do campaign because I'm crazy. And you're getting 20 points per fight. If you're doing a Nightmare, you're gonna get 40, right? So it's literally double. It's not like a difference in between. Basically, 2 fights of this equal 1 fight of Nightmare in points per doing this particular campaign. But then we got an uncommon right here. We got 13k silver, right? Now, I do have another hit here, for example, right? So basically 2 runs. Now, if I change to Nightmare, some of you can do Nightmare, some of you cannot, right? So this is not something that everyone can do in the entire game. So let's just say I go here with 16 energy. I already kind of gave the opportunity away of gaining books, free books, right? For uncommons and rares. Uncommons, they give you 200 points. And commons, they give, rares, they give you 500. And not only that, I do get a chance to gain more mystery shards, right? Mystery shards are playing a super important role in this part right here, guys. So how you guys can see, just by doing campaign, right? Just by doing campaign on the side of 3v3, we're going to talk about that in a second as well. I just wanted to start with the campaign here. I am leveling up food for the training event. I'm getting points for that as well. I am getting points for leveling up champions here. Then I'll be ranking them higher, leveling them up again. I am gaining mystery shards. I'm gaining silver. I'm gaining books for champions, right? So all this that you guys can see, let me just drop down. So we got 2 of these. So we're gonna upgrade this champion right here. Right, so that's 500 points easily done just by doing the campaign extras on the side basically. And then if we're scrolling a bit lower, I actually have way more of the other one, of the other rare champion. So there we go. 2000 points, right? So we can do this 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it's actually giving you more points like this than to use them as food. 2000 points, right? So if I level them up, I'm not gaining so many points. Even if I use them as chickens, I'll rather get the uncommons, right? So there we go. All these uncommons, they give me, let's see, how many points? 1200 points just for doing campaign. This is literally extra on the side. And at some point, once I fully book this chicken, right? I'm calling him a chicken. 2 more, I can level him up to 20. And once I open all my mystery shards right here, how you guys can see, we don't have that many the same because I gotta make more space. So basically, I'm getting rid of the rares. I'm gonna take them at 30, make them at 40 to make him into 5-star chickens. But then I have more space. So then I'll be opening like 50, 60 mystery shards, feed all the commons, right? Because this it only gives you 100 points. Of course, if you have time, yeah, why not do it? But it takes a lot of time to do it. So usually I'm just feeding this to a champion that I'm leveling up, and then I'm just opening more shards to get more uncommons. And like that, for example, I'll be gaining a lot of uncommons that I'm gonna use as books. So I'm keep on opening them till I kind of max a few of them. Once I max them, either I'm getting new ones and use them as books in there, depending how many chickens I gotta do, right? Because sometimes I'm not using all the uncommons as 3 stars, as long as I have plenty of the other ones, right? So right now, for example, I would go, usually I have more space, and I'm just opening mystery shards. I'm basically collecting every single uncommon. Then with a lot of space, I'm just getting more and more, and I'm just booking them and booking them over and over again. Plus, you're getting some rares as well randomly, but honestly, if you connect all this together, you'll be gaining so many points. The only thing is, how I said, it takes time. You gotta be patient with it. It's a buzz killer, honestly, to do all these events, man. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it. Then, of course, I started with that, but literally the fastest way to gain points if you don't have books is 3v3 arena, right? So right now, I'm here, right? I gotta buy more. 3 more, and that's it. I'm pretty much done for the day almost with the 3v3. But of course, here as well, if you're not in a gold 3, gold 4, the lower tiers, I'm pretty sure they're not keeping a one-man defense. Like, you see, that's the thing. We're doing this in the high tiers. We've been doing it forever just to be able to farm us faster, because it's so boring to do this arena. But if you have 3 teams prepared for it, like, if I don't have the easy farms, right? For example, here, I'm going to start beating the full teams, right? Because it's not a problem. We're going to burn through them as well and gain more points. But just by doing this, 10 fights of this is 7,800 points, right? That's huge amount of points. And how you've seen, adding them up with the rest, because this is kind of like free to play, to say like this, as long as you have resources saved, you know? So as long as you have that set up, saved, you can bring in tons and tons of points. So what we're doing right now, I haven't used a single book. I haven't went crazy on a farming any sort of gear, like leaving auto clickers on overnight to farm gear. So that was 780 points easy like this. But how I said, unfortunately, regarding this subject, it's not going to be available for everybody, right? Because you might not be in the right tier. But we've done how many points? So I'm actually a bit behind because I haven't played it that much, right? But I'm almost on 200k points in 24 hours by just doing these things. 3v3 arena and do the rest. Of course, I'm doing my faction wars, collected my clan boss chests. Faction wars, if you can, if you have the opportunity, definitely do stage 21. It's such a huge difference in points. Definitely try. And manual stage 21 if you have to. As long as you have the time as well, of course, that gives you huge advantage. When the next clan versus clan will start, for example, try to keep your clan boss chests saved up. Keep your keys for the faction wars as well. Your 3v3 arena, your normal arena, as long as you manage to keep it in line to recharge. Keep them all for after the clan versus clan starts, and then open all your chests, start doing your faction wars. Of course, It's pretty hard for some of you. You might not have the time to do it. But if you're doing like that, is the best way to start it in strong, to say like this. You have the forge as well. Probably a lot of you guys have loads and loads of things saved up here. It's pretty boring to do this as well, right? Because you're getting all these materials. But if you want to win, you want to get those milestones, rewards and stuff, you gotta do it 100%. Now, other objectives that we have, guys, how I said, you can during the week ascend champions only to like 5 stars, depending how many resources you have. If you do want to save them, you don't want to save them, but ascending champions, especially legendaries, right, to 6 is 2,500 points. That's a huge amount of points. You might want to save the books that you're planning to use on champions. Like, for example, I do need to book Dragstar, right? I haven't booked him, so I still need 4 more books in there, and I think I need a few more there. So I'm gonna use these books now because I need him anyway, right? So I gotta use this champion. That's 18,000 points because I saved my books to use them particularly for this moment. So that was 18,000 points for using those books. And it's not like I bought the books now. I've been saving them during the time, right? You get to a point in the end game, guys, where you're honestly not spending money on books and stuff like that. I have loads of champions and booked, or I have loads of champions that might require 1 book and it's not worth it for me to use it and stuff like that. But rather than that, honestly, you're not really going to end up in spending a lot of money on books. Unless you just don't have what to do, you're just bored and you're just spending money on random stuff. You're just focused on energy to farm gear and stuff like that. But these are mainly the first things. Great Haul, huge amount of points for doing a level 10. Now I have that maxed. I wish somehow I could use these medals or just give them out to you guys, because they're never gonna get used on my account. I doubt that they'll be planning to change the Great Haul for the next 2 years. I'm pretty sure they won't be changing anything in there as well. Arena only gives you 100 points. So here it gives me 80 actually. Once I reach platinum, it gives me 100. So it's not a huge advantage for Arena to be worth it to farm it. The normal one, at least. Rather than to farm a regular Arena, I would just go and do uncommons, do campaign, commons. Even to book commons into commons is much faster than Arena, and you'll be gaining more points in a shorter amount of time, and you're just not wasting resources. Like, honestly, these are kind of like the best tips I'll suggest you. Clan versus clan is gonna be every couple of weeks, right? So you might wanna start and save some of the resources for when the clan versus clan starts. Of course, if you really need a champion or anything like that, you might not want to wait for it, right? So you might just want to go and do it. Like how you guys can see, a lot of these things give you points. If you're farming for gear, definitely go for the spider. Don't bother with the rest. Do your double points and move over to the fastest dungeon. And that's mainly if you're in a crazy fight and you really want to win with a clan. You want to get those accessories, definitely go for the spider. That's like the best thing. Faction Wars, you guys can see it gives huge amount of points if you add them up from the whole clan. Arena, 3v3 arena is huge actually. This is just gems. Forge objectives gives you pretty good amount of points. Gear, leveling up gear is not the best thing, but is a thing on the side. If we have running events for upgrading gear, is worth it to do it. If no, honestly, I wouldn't suggest you to go all crazy on it and spend all your silver just to level up some gear, because you're not gaining a huge amount of points. Clan boss, how you guys can see, 170k points is nothing too crazy, but it's better than nothing. We do have the ice golem going on today, so some people, they are farming that, but how you guys can see, mainly people, they are going for the spider. Mino, 5,900 points. Honestly, nobody cares about that and the potions, because they don't give you huge amount of points, right? They stop it at 400 points and that's it. Campaign objectives, I haven't started doing my own thing yet too much, so I'm pretty low on it, but I'll be catching up and definitely ramping up a couple of 100Ks in here, because that's how I'm usually doing my points. But honestly, guys, those are like my tips on how to maximize the profit when we're talking about here without wasting tons and tons of resources for clan versus clan. Prepare a bit from the time, save your stuff like glyphs and all the rest of the things. You're getting loads of 6-star flat glyphs, right? That you can just use randomly because you're not gonna need them. Use those as well, they add up points. I kind of mainly told you what are the best things to get points, you know. I'm not sure if I missed anything. Hopefully I haven't, guys. But do let me know in the comments down below what's like your favorite method of farming the points and things like that. I am curious to know. If I missed anything, do let me know as well. I do appreciate you all guys watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe for more content, turn on notifications to see when we upload next, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.